Hello.
Hi.
My name is Lenard Petit. I'm a teacher of Michael Chekhov acting technique. I'm an actor, I'm a director. I'm visiting here in Berlin to the Chekhov School and teaching students here, and also I was also teaching a group of professional actors using the space here. And now I'm talking to you about what I'm going to do here. My first encounter was with a book called To the Actor that I found in a bookstore by Michael Chekhov, and I opened it just randomly and saw something that was just very intriguing. I was working in the theater as a movement person. I was working in a mime, and the book right away was about movement, and I was interested in learning about acting because I think I needed it to put it into the work that I was doing as a mime. And the book spoke to me immediately, and things have changed quite a lot since then. I've grown. This was in 1975, so it's quite a long time ago. You were not even thought about being born then. And I didn't know anything. I worked out of the book by myself because I didn't think that there was anybody who could teach it, because there was nobody around teaching it. I saw myself in a film that I had made. I played the romantic lead in the film, and I was horrified by what I had done, and said that I had to go back to school to learn something new. And then I consciously looked for the place to go, and I was in New York City at the time, and there was the Michael Chekhov studio. And so I went there, and I met students of Michael Chekhov, people who actually studied with him. They were quite old at the time, and they gave me this technique, and they invited me into a training to be a teacher. So I got the material from students at Chekhov. Well, I was in this training to become a teacher, and I was also working as an actor, and it was all working for me, but I felt quite alone. I was the only person who knew this technique in any production that I was ever in, and I felt quite alone, and I just wanted to share it, and I had been given this gift to teach it, so I decided to try to make that happen, and went to find places where people would be interested in this material, and I found my way to the university, a training program for professional actors in Rutgers University in New Jersey, and they welcomed me there, and I was able to develop this technique within myself in order to teach it. And this was something that Michael Chekhov said has to happen, that the technique is a thing that can be given, but if you're going to take it, you have to make it your own and develop it for yourself. So this is what I've been doing. Pierrot. Because it was kind of a dream, you know. I was a mime for a long time, and Pierrot was in that world, and but it was in a play that was a very important play in Russia for Meyerhold, and so we made this play, and Pierrot was a character in it, and I was no longer really a mime anymore, but I had always had this dream. Pierrot was kind of the Hamlet of clowns. Well, I speak about talent all the time. I believe that the Michael Chekhov technique is a direct appeal to the talent in the actor. We're not so interested in working with the person's historical life and bringing that business up, because I don't think that the talent is interested in that. And talent for me is actually interest, and the ability to stay interested in something, some forms or some expressions or some means of expression. And if you can't stay interested in something that you're doing, then you have no talent for it. So it's about that for me, about interest and sustaining interest. And I look at people who have been artists for a long time, their whole lives, and that's what I see in their work, is their interest in it. Because Chekhov actually changed my life, and it's given me a perspective of looking at the world and meeting people and understanding people. And so I feel quite honestly that my perspectives on life have broadened tremendously, and it's due to the Michael Chekhov technique. And maybe it's a liability that everything comes to me through this lens of Michael Chekhov, but his technique was not just to become a better actor or to become an actor at all, but because it's really about the human condition and understanding what it is to be a human being and how human beings are connected to each other and not separate from each other, but as a species, as a, I don't know if that's the right word, as beings. We share quite a lot of things, and Chekhov's work connects us to these connections, puts us in touch with these connections as human beings. And my life has changed radically since I met this, and it continues to develop along with the technique. So I would like to give it to anybody. It's really not just for actors anyway, it's really for performers, it's for any artist. It's a special language that is directing your attention to your talent and the talents to you. So yeah, I would give it to anybody who is interested. I'll speak with them.